Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Tom, living so closely with someone is always going to bring its challenges, housemates in particular, when you're renting. And I have to say, this story is a bit of a doozy. It comes from actually an Australian dude living in America right now.
Yeah, right.
And it's been reported that he's living in a share house with a bunch of people. He's renting. He's kind of just living in America for a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
However, he wants to come back down under to Australia for a 3-month holiday.
Right,
Probably,
okay. You know, visit family
yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff.
Probably to see a bit of family and then also do a bit of extra stuff, just go around a few different states and holiday a little bit.
Yeah,
so
why
he's
not?
leaving the American house. However, he has insisted, and it's so weird that this goes along the grapevine, he must have really pissed off his housemates so much that it becomes a news story here in Australia. It's gone on these forums and websites and stuff like that.
Right off the bat, insisted is a strong word to be using.
Yeah. Well, he insisted to his housemates that while he's on the 3-month holiday, he shouldn't have to pay any of the bills that he's currently obligated to pay.
Right, so not paying rent, not paying electricity, water.
Yeah. He literally said to the housemates, he's like, hey, I'm not going to be here. I'm not really using the services, so do you guys mind covering all the expenses like that? Yeah, the big ones. And I think he said something like, I'll pay for the Wi-Fi. There was like, there's a little bit where he said, I'll chip in for the smallest amount I can do, the internet.
The Wi-Fi's free, mate.
It's been free for ages. Yeah. It's probably some crummy like 3G or something, some cheap as that he's insisted to pay for to get off the hook because he doesn't want to pay the big bills, like I said, the electricity, the water, all of that stuff. And his housemates have turned around and said, you're an idiot. We're not doing that just because you're going on holiday and relaxing, mind you, seeing the sights of Australia. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have to pay.
Look, I mean, maybe there's something in it. Maybe like that, the bills, like the water, the electricity and all that. Maybe he could pay a subsidised rate of it. But like his rent, he still has to pay full board for the rent, right? Otherwise, you don't live there anymore. You give up your room if you don't want to pay while you're going away.
Definitely. Find someone else to go in. But yeah, it got a bit of a discussion about it on the internet because a bunch of people have said, he's not using the services, he shouldn't have to pay. On the other end, someone said, just because you leave doesn't mean you leave your commitments as well. So he's been in a bit of a hellfire, this guy.
What we want to do here is open up the phone lines to you, Adelaide, and give you an opportunity to vent about your housemates. It's a bit of a cost. We're in such a cost of living crisis. I mean, we talk about it all the time. So many people, so many Aussies, so many South Australians are renting, not buying houses because it's so unaffordable to buy a house. We want to know, have you got a terrible housemate? You can stay completely anonymous if you want, but this is your opportunity, Fresh Fam, and vent about your housemates. Have you got a terrible housemate? We're going to go to Milt over in Glenside. G'day, Milt. How are you, mate?
Yeah, how's it going? Good morning, guys.
Yeah, good, thanks. Now, have you got a bad housemate, mate?
Yeah, well, look, when I first moved into this house, I just noticed everywhere smelled like smoke.
Yeah.
So, I said, wait a minute, do you guys smoke in the house? And they said, no, only in our bedroom.
Yep.
The whole place just stinks of smoke. So, we got that rule changed, and now they're smoking outside. But one housemate, for example, he conveniently goes outside, sits by the back door, and leaves the back door open.
Oh,
jeez, leaves the door open. What's the point, Milt? Why? Do they want to listen? Do they want to be able to hear the TV going or something at the same time?
Yeah. I guess just stay connected with the other guys in the house, I guess.
Yeah. Once the cool breeze of the air conditioner coming out of the glass door.
Once you tell them, hey, you have to shut the door, they come up with another solution. They have a little tunnel that runs from outside to inside.
Crack a window.
Yeah. Smoke
what he does. He still does it. He leaves the door ajar. It's a tiny crack, but it still filters in.
You better have a word to him for us, all right? Say, Tom and Callum said you got to shut the back door, mate.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. Never close it completely.
Good on you, Milt. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Appreciate it.
Now we've got Ty in Flinders Park. Ty, can you tell us what is the issue with the housemate?
Hey, so I had a previous housemate, and
he was like really annoying about spacing. So like in like the fridge and stuff, like he couldn't have my stuff like taking up too much room.
Yeah.
So a couple of times I actually caught him like mixing our cereal together, and it got to the point where he actually mixed our milks in the same bottle. So
Oh.
it took up space.
Really?
What the hell?
Are they different kinds
And
of milks, like skim
They
and oat?
were. So one time he had almond mixed with my full cream, and he's just done like full cream together and just like, but like different dates and stuff. It's really off-putting and stuff like that. But
That's criminal.
That's insane. You can't trust a milk date that's been a hybrid swapped with another milk date.
oh, you're telling
What's
me
wrong
it's
with him?
ridiculous. Oh, absolutely. I had to have a word with him about it, but yeah, happy I'm out of there now for sure.
Yeah, what did he say back when you talked about, hey, mate, please don't mix our milk again?
He actually got pretty mad at me. He said, like, you got to understand, like, the spacing in the fridge, like, we need, like, room, and, like, it makes sense to put them together the same thing. And I was just like, nah, not going to work for me. Not going to work for me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. I put the lasagna with the tikka masala. Hope you don't mind. I was just saving space.
Tomato-based. Good on you, Ty. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Hey, Sophie in Devon Park, let's wrap things up. Have you got a bad housemate?
Okay, so I was friends with someone who lived with a couple,
Yeah.
and they were that lazy that they ran out of toilet paper one day. So they ended up using a rag, and they would share the rag and use it to wipe their asses with.
Oh, sharing
And
it?
this went on for like 3 to 4 weeks until the other housemate that didn't use the toilet was like, what the hell? Like, you need to clean this shit up. So yeah, it was just absolute filth. And then a week later, the toilet flooded and the entire house was like flooded with shit water.
Wow.
Absolute criminal. They
Crazy.
should be locked up for that.
Sophie, what like are these people using the rags? Are they if you were to see them on the streets, would you just think, oh, they're regular Joes? Are they pretty normal looking
I
people?
feel like
or
they were stoners / probably crackheads, to be honest.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
no normal person is doing that type of stuff. Like,
Nah.
that's just absolutely ridiculous.
Hey, Sophie, has your mate gotten out of that house since?
Oh, yeah, well and truly.
Yeah, good stuff. And Callum, I got to say, I'm a little bit nervous for this next trending article I'm about to talk about.
Yeah. You've kind of given me a little bit of a debrief. I haven't heard all of it yet, but the reason you're worried is because, let's be real, it's a little bit gross. It is scientific, but it's a little bit gross.
Yes, it is a little bit gross, but yes, it is. It has a science about it, and you know, I think it's quite interesting, and also I think a lot of people will find it interesting. And if you are going into work and you want some like fun facts to say, this is definitely it. However, it is a little gross. So if you are eating your breakfast now, maybe just turn the radio down just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Keep us on, obviously.
Keep us on.
Don't turn it off completely.
Don't you dare, because we'll know, and we'll find you.
We sense it, but yeah, obviously this is a fun fact that you could take to the water cooler, and I say the water cooler specifically, not the cafeteria. You will not
Yes.
be wanting to eat with this one.
No.
It is, of course, a bit of toilet chat. It is fart related, and that is why it's a little bit gross. So I guess I want to put you to the test, Tom. We don't want the fresh fam to be too grossed out, so I'm going to give you a bit of a timer, 20 seconds to pretty much explain the scientific fact so we don't go too long and we don't gross out the fresh fam too much.
Okay, all right. 20 seconds is
reckon
not
you
a
can
lot
do
of
it?
time. No. I don't.
I'm keen to see how you blurt out, because it is actually quite scientific and in-depth. I'm keen to see how you blurt out this one in 20 seconds.
All right, here we go. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. All right, a TikToker, his name is Dr. Karen. He has recently come out and said, hey, you should not hold in your farts. You should pass wind. The average person passes wind 14 times in a day. If you don't get rid of that gas, it can be absorbed through the lining of your gut and make its way into your bloodstream. From there, it can get into your lungs, and then you can be breathing out farts.
I did. Hey, 20 seconds on the dot. Who cares about your thesis? All these PhD students studying farts, do it in 20 seconds.
One of the worst things about driving is finding a place to park your car.
Yep.
And it's especially tough when you go to a busy shopping centre or something like that, and, you know, it's tough to find a park as it is. You know, people constantly will park like right next to the line or even on the line sometimes, so your car is sort of squished up to next to theirs if you can even get your car in.
I mean, that's the whole trouble. You might see what looks like a good park, but it is deceiving that, someone has crunched in tightly and it's just not worth even trying.
I mean, even being on the passenger end, right? Isn't it the worst thing where you have to like shimmy out of the car? Like you open the car door just a tiny bit, and you're holding it, and you got to try and squeeze yourself out without letting your car door hit the other car.
The one arm on top of the car door, sliding the body out like a snake. You need a bit of oil on you as you get out, and then you have to do the slight shut as you crawl your body out and press it against yourself. Yeah,
it's almost
horrible.
like you got to give yourself 5 minutes of leeway just to stretch before you get out of the car sometimes.
Yeah, and it's awful when you know it's coming, when you've parked in there and then you look to your side and you think, geez, I'm going to have to be a worm on this one and slide out.
Well, over in Glebe Hill Shopping Centre in Tasmania, they've figured it out with the car parks, right?
Yep.
So it's a normal spaced car park, but instead of just the single white line in between each space, what they've done is they've got a double white line with about... It looks like about 1.5 meters of space in between. So no matter how close to the line you park, you're going to have plenty of room to get your door open and, just satisfy all you're getting out of your car needs, especially if you're trying to put shopping in the car.
Yeah, wow. So, 2 lines together. As soon as you put the door out, there's enough space. I think that's genius. And it's one of those ideas where you think, why hasn't it been done already?
Yes.
And I bet there's so many line painters out there that do that for a living. And surely along the track at some point, one of them's turned to their mate and said, you know what would be good? 2 lines.
2 lines.
They've turned around and said, that's crazy.
What's better than 1 line?
Yeah,
2.
2 lines. It'll be so good. It'll free up space for your shopping. Boss has probably turned around and said, that's insane. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Finally, it's come to fruition. So that is a great idea. Thanks to the Tassies.
Now, look, I got to say, I have seen the double line car park spaces here in Adelaide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's almost like the parks are even slimmer with the double lines that I've seen here. Like nothing like what I'm seeing here in Tasmania. They have plenty of space, and I know you're probably thinking, oh, gee, well, it sounds like there'll be less car parks. It'll be harder to find a park. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm all right taking a 5-minute hike to the shopping centre if I miss out on one of these primo parks.
I mean, I guess it's up to you. If in the vicinity they have the double line parks, it's kind of up to you whether you want to, risk having less car parks there or have to do the shimmy out of the car. It's kind of one or the other. And, I think it's a great idea too. The double line is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for, getting your groceries in. I mean, if you have a child, you got to strap him into the booster seat. There's nothing worse than having a car right next to you trying to do that, right?
And there's no excuse for digging the car next to you, opening up your door and slapping it. So, if you do find a dent on your car now, it's malicious. It's not an accident.
Now, what I want to do here is open up the text line. Where's the worst car park, Adelaide? Where's the worst car park right here? If I had to pick one, it would definitely be probably Burnside Shopping Centre.
Burnside? Yeah, fair enough.
There's some tight spaces there.
I mean, we're in Adelaide. There's plenty in the city as well. I mean, look at one of the busy main roads in the city. A lot of tight, cramped spaces there that you have to, go into an alleyway or something just to do a quick park. So, heaps in the city here. Get thinking, Fresh Fam. What is the worst car park here in Adelaide?
A couple of people on the text line letting us know that, hey, the Coles at Victor Harbour has always had this extra space for car parking. That's coming from a few people. So, great news for Victor Harbour. Unfortunately, it's a little far to go to get a great car park.
Yeah, that's it. Can you imagine as well? You know how some people get annoyed with when you see a motorbike parked in one of the car park slots?
Oh,
and
don't
like,
get me started.
You don't take up that much space. Can you imagine someone pulling that move in Tasmania, parking your motorbike in one of the double line parks? You'd be like, you absolute jerk.
In between the cars? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Hey, somebody else has texted in here saying, dudes, Adelaide Airport car park sucks. As does the Central Market. Love you both, Jack and Tim.
Hey, I feel like the Central Market is going to get a bit of a spin on this one. Someone said, worst car park, Coles Fairley, went to do shopping. That's a bad one.
Blunder.
Yeah, went to do shopping one day and came back to my car and someone had scraped the whole side with their car and left no notes.
Yeah, no, that's no good. Look, the Fell car park is a bit of a troublesome one. It's actually where I learnt to drive, though.
Yeah,
so
right. There you
holds a
go.
special place in my heart.
That's sentimental.
Plenty more people texting in about the Central Market car park. That's gotten quite a few people riled up. I got another text here. It would have to be Westfield Marion car park as the worst. I've been driving around trying to find a car park for upwards of 20 minutes, and it almost deters me from going shopping.
Yep.
Click and collect,
definitely.
mate. Click and collect.
There's a way around it. Someone else said definitely the brickworks. One way in and one way out. Narrow parks and traffic banks up and blocks the roundabout to get in. True.
It is bloody annoying, even if you're just going past the brickworks and just trying to go down that street. When that roundabout banks up, it is tough to get through it. Yeah, plenty. Another text here. Callum, this is down your way. You have to let me know if this is a bad one or not. Worst car park is Semaphore Beach on a hot summer day. From Dave in Largs Bay.
100%. And if you're from Semaphore or that area, you'll know that all the tourists come in summer and they come over the bridge and it just fills up all the parks. So, yeah, you have to go along the beach and even they fill up pretty quickly. So, yeah, it gets pretty hard.
Yeah, no good. Another text here. Hey, lads, an absolute shocker is TTP shopping car park. The amount of laps I've done just to find a park, especially on a Thursday night, is just ridiculous, which is crazy to me because TTP is a massive car park.
Yeah, a bit of an illusion there. And we got this one here, Tom. Love this one. Gawler Green car park is a total shambles. So many accidents at the entrance. Designed by a man for sure. Love Amelia. Had to have a little swipe in.
Who hurt you, Amelia?
They say sharing is caring, but it doesn't matter what they say. What do you say? Brekkie with Tom and Callum presents Shut Up and Take My Money on Fresh 92.7.
Shut up and take my money, Adelaide. Sponsored by KFC Northfield. Get your lunch and dinner fix. Check out the brand new KFC Northfield today. Geez, this is our favourite game at the moment, Callum. Not just because it's KFC, but being able to gift other people KFC.
Yeah, I mean, we feel like, KFC angels from above, dropping it down from the clouds, and what a pleasure to do so because we love KFC just as much as you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is an amazing prize, a $100 voucher you could possibly win today, right now, by playing Split or Steal.
Hey, can't wait for this. Fun little tidbit about KFC. I was looking through a bunch of interesting facts about the organisation. Did you know that KFC is traditionally eaten on Christmas Day in Japan?
I did know this, actually, because the Colonel went over there, way back, and made it this thing like that. This is what everyone in America does on Christmas Day. They all eat KFC, and then it somehow took off in Japan, and now it's
lied.
Yeah, he lied through his teeth.
You get up, you leave a few milk and cookies out for Santa, you open your presents, and then you smash a Zinger burger.
Yeah.
That's what happens every time on Christmas.
He's still an honourable man, though, because he brought us the good, dirty birdie.
That's it. But of course, Tom, we do want to play the classic game of Split or Steal. If you both steal, you don't get anything. If you split and steal, the stealer gets the prize. And of course, double split gets to half the KFC voucher, which is totaled at $100.
Yes. Now let's find out who's going to be playing Split or Steal with us this morning. We've got Renee in Salisbury Park. Renee, good morning. How you going?
Good morning, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Very well. Now, Renee, how much do you love KFC?
I do love KFC, but I've got to limit myself.
Now, Renee, when's the... it might be hard to think, but when's the last time you had a bit of KFC?
Maybe about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey,
Not that hard.
So I am due.
That is a long enough hiatus to hop back on it, I'd say.
That's right.
Absolutely. Hey, Renee, this morning you're going to be playing Split or Steal with Jake in Alberton. Jake, good morning. How are you, mate?
Here they are, the fresh crew. How you going?
Very good, Jake.
Yeah, well, mate. Hey, Jake, when was the last time you had KFC?
Well, you're not going to believe me, but I had it last night and I actually didn't finish it all. So I had Moco this morning.
Blasphemy.
Ooh, this morning as well. Hey,
okay,
Jake.
at least you finished it off this morning. There's still a bit of respect there for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you what as well, Jake, even though it's been since this morning you had it, I'd still say long enough hiatus to hop back
you
on
could get it for lunch, maybe dinner.
2 days back to back. Let's do it.
Never long is-
All right, now you guys both know how this game works?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, Renee, we'll go ladies first. Convince Jake. What are you going to do in your own time?
Oh, look, I'm absolutely going to share it. Like, we both, deserve it, both on the line. We both get something. I'm not greedy.
Okay.
There you go. All right, Jake. What do you think?
Well, I just think that everyone's feeling the pinch of the inflation lately, and Renee, I can tell by your voice you're a very nice person.
Oh, thanks.
So I do believe it, and I think you are going to split, and so am I.
Yeah,
right,
I will do. Thank you.
Sounds very like a match made in heaven. They do sound like nice people. Let's find out, Tom.
All right. You're going to hear 3, 2, 1, go, and after go, you're going to say split or still. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Deal.
Split.
Oh!
Sorry, Jake.
Renee!
But Renee,
Jake will never trust anyone again.
Renee, congratulations. But I mean,
Thank you.
Jake, at least you did get some dirty birdie into you today.
oh, that has broken my heart, Renee.
Oh, Jake, you've made me feel bad now.
Hey, Renee, maybe you can take
I'll
Jake
have a
out for
burger
lunch.
Throw him a little wicked wing or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll be thinking of him.
Renee, congratulations. A $100 voucher to KFC is
Thank
coming
you.
your way. Callum, I've been sitting on something for this whole week now.
Yep.
Something that happened to me over the weekend, and I wasn't entirely sure how to feel about it. And I guess I've just gotten to a point now where I thought I'll ask for the Fresh Fam's opinion on this one.
Hey, it's always great to go to the Fresh Fam for the jury. They're very knowledgeable and wise, so if we give a predicament, it's always good to have everyone jump on the text line or on the calls and tell you what's what.
Basically, I want to know if I got played, Adelaide. And this stems from over the weekend. I was at a mate's house. We were having a few brewskis in the afternoon, chilling in the sun, and it got to a point where neither of us could drive responsibly, and we were running out of drinks. So I said, you know what, mate, I can walk up to the bottle-o. It's just up the road, and I'll get the slog back. Get a carton.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, that'd be awesome. And he's like, you know what? If you do that for me, I'll shout the carton. I said, yeah,
Great
awesome.
deal.
Yeah, I said, yeah, fantastic. I mean, it's maybe like a 200-metre walk, but, with a carton of beer, that can get pretty heavy.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I've done the same walk before and had to do the carton, and you're doing the swapsies with people, especially after a big day in the sun, drinking and stuff. You are sort of tussling around the carton because it gets a bit heavy and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I've thought, you beauty. I'll put in the walk. I'll put in the effort. If he's going to shout. And then as I'm about to leave, he goes, "Actually, mate, I haven't had a chance to walk my dog today. She would just love it if you could take her for a walk." And this is a big German Shepherd. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. I've got to carry the carton. I don't know. I don't want to be responsible for the dog. He's like, I'll get you the leash.
Yeah, so
I'm
he's
like, okay.
insisted it.
Yeah. Insisted upon me. So he gets the leash, puts it on the dog, and then I'm like, all right, well, the walk there is all fine. That's no dramas.
Can I just say, this is such a funny process to watch from my angle because I was there sitting on a deck chair thinking, poor guy.
It could have very easily been you.
It could have been anyone.
Could have been
literally
anyone.
could have been anyone. He forced his leash on and said, walk my dog.
Yes, and so we're walking the dog, get there, get to the sip and save, and the blokes at the sip and save were awesome. They were giving the dog schmackos and stuff. Don't know why they had schmackos, but one of them had some in his bag.
I don't know about that one. do you reckon one of the workers, that's his snack? He just, it really is bizarre. Either he's, trying to like make friends with the neighbourhood dogs, or he's just got a weird appetite.
Yeah, who knows? But hey, the dog was loving it.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, get the carton, get the slog back. I've got it up on one shoulder, dog a leash in the other.
Yeah.
I get to a point about halfway mark. I'm like, I need to swap this over. And then it's the awkward thing of trying to get the carton back down on the ground, swap leash hands over, get it back up on the other shoulder. And then we get back there and there wasn't so much of a thank you or anything for walking the dog. It was more like, yeah, I shouted the carton. So,
yeah.
Cheers for that.
There's no verbal thank you. It's that was pre-established, right?
Yeah. So I want to open up the text line here, Adelaide. 0428 927 927. Did I get played?
Yeah, I can see why you think you would get played, but I also see the benefit of getting a free carton.
Yeah.
That the walk is, it equates to the free carton because it is an inconvenient walk. You said you're swapping around the leash. It gets a bit tight on the arms, on the muscles, but I'd say $50 carton, $50 for the effort to walk the dog and get a bit of beer. It's not too bad.
Plenty of people getting involved on the text line right now. Somebody's texted in saying, I don't think you got played because free carton and must have been a good boy. The dog.
Yeah. Or maybe you were the good boy doing it.
Yeah.
This one here.
I did get a pat on the head when I got back. Yeah.
Smacko, a little bit of a treat. This one
Sit.
here. Someone said, no, your mate was treating you like the help and chucking money at the problem. There you go.
All right. Hey, another text here. This one's funny. You're saying you got a $50 free carton. I assume you mean a carton for everyone. You didn't get all 24 of the beers, right? How many did you have? 7? Yeah, you got played.
There's a lot of, I like the deduction in that one.
No, I had all 24. No. Look, yeah, we split the carton down the middle, so about 12 sounds like a lot. But it was a day-night session. We're watching the test.
Exactly right, though. I do like that kind of thinking, though, that, if you didn't have all the beers, then, the $50 doesn't equate to the whole thing, does it?
Nah, yeah, absolutely not. Hey, let's go to Kiara over in McGill. Kiara, did I get played?
You definitely didn't. I'm a German Shepherd lover. If it was me, I would have offered to walk the dog and made someone else get the beers personally.
Yeah, right, okay. But what if you made someone else get the beers and you weren't involved in the free beers? Would you still have walked the dog?
Well, as the other person said, you're not getting the whole carton. So you get to walk the dog, leisurely exercise, then you make room for more beers, and someone else has done the hard work for you.
Yeah, okay. So you say you're not really losing out if you get to get your exercise in, you're out in the sun, that's all good, and then a little few beers on the extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, scab off the rest. I like your thinking, Kiara. Thank you. Thanks for getting involved. Hey, we've actually got one of our producers, Henry, on the line. Henry, mate, how are you?
Very well, guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Good to chat to you.
Very good to chat to you, Henry. Tell us, give us the verdict. Was Tom played?
Look, I reckon you've been swindled a little bit, mate, in the sense that German Shepherd, famously a large dog, case of beer, nice, but not like the biggest reward you could get for doing a little bit of dog walking. So I reckon you've got a medium to small-size reward for what is essentially a large task. Okay. I reckon you should have bartered for like a packet of chips or something as well to be thrown in, maybe.
Yeah, right. Okay, like a bit of a meat stick or something for the walk back, get my energy up.
Good for you and good for the dog, the meat stick as well.
Yeah, could have shared it.
Henry, what dog breed would you say equates to this specific reward of a $50 carton?
I think you need the dog to be of a size that you can be carrying the case with 2 hands and the leash around your wrist. And if the dog pulls on the leash, it doesn't risk you dropping the case. So I'm thinking something in like the terrier size, so like a West Highland White Terrier or Jack Russell, something like that.
Yeah. All right, that's a fair point. Look, I think it's pretty even mix here whether I got swindled or not. But I am starting to think I got played.
I think whether you got played or not, just rationalise it in your head that at the end of the day you had a cold beer and that's all that matters, right?
That's it. At the end of the day, I got a cold beer and I got to watch the test. We're all good.
Not to knock people qualified as dating experts. Obviously, there are qualifications you can have which are proper and everything.
Yes.
Where you can, you are qualified to do such things, like give counselling and stuff. But there are a few people that are just on TikTok that are claiming they are dating experts.
Yeah. Where do we draw the line here? Right?
Yeah.
Because there's the other annoying thing, right? There are experts on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have these dating experts, these, legitimate experts. But then there are other people who are just calling themselves experts.
Yeah, I guess if you post a certain amount of videos, then you can call yourself one. I don't think it matters on any credibility, really.
No.
I think it's just, in your head, you can make whatever rule you want. 10 videos, 15 videos, doesn't matter the quality. Just so long as you...
Once you hit double digits, you are an expert.
It's the one case where it is quantity over quality, and that makes you qualified.
Pump it out.
Yeah, but there is this one lady on TikTok named Kimberly, and she has got quite a big following for, giving advice on the dating scene. but she has gone on to give a bunch of tips to say whether it's a red flag or not, who you're on a date with, and whether you should be wary of them.
Right, okay.
And she's pretty much given a set of, I guess, commandments to say these are the bad rules, you know, watch out for these things. But I have to tell you,
the holy
Tom,
red flags.
Exactly right. The holy red flags. Look in the Bible of it, because I don't know, Tom, I'm looking at them now. They're a bit obvious.
Right.
And this is where, you know, we joke about these dating experts that she's not really pushing the boundaries of, like, you know, any research. I feel they're just the same things that you or I would probably think about anyway.
Yeah, okay. So what are some of these signs to look out for?
So the first one is they're super rude to waiters and talk badly about other people, especially their ex. And it's just like, I look at that and I think, what a given. If the man you are going on a date with has tied the shoelaces together of the poor waiter carrying your spaghetti and they trip over,
hands you a rusty nail, put this in your food, we won't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that one seems like a pretty obvious one, but I won't knock her yet. All right? I'll hold out that she might still be an expert.
Well, I mean, yeah, keep in mind, think about these if you're on a date as well, you know, whether any of these are, you know, fine as too. She said they don't respect your boundaries and they try to push you to stay out longer. So, you know, keep partying, keep drinking, doing all that.
Yeah, okay, once again, wouldn't say that's an expert opinion. Pretty obvious one. I feel like most people could piece that together, but we digress.
Yes, there's a few more points. Number 3 is they're inconsistent. They'll show interest 1 minute and then they'll be distracted looking at their phone the next. See, I think this one is so obvious. If you're at a restaurant with someone and you're having a decent chat and then they start to fade away, they're looking at their crypto on their phone or playing some Candy Crush, you know.
Staring at the waiter.
Yeah. You can't... I don't know. It is just so obvious, isn't it? Number 4, they're super affectionate and shower you with compliments without actually knowing anything about you. That one's an interesting one.
Yeah, okay.
Because I feel like a lot of guys and stuff on dates will think it's a good thing to do the compliments straight off the bat, and I don't necessarily think that's a terrible thing either.
Yeah, I guess if you're, like, overcompensating, I could see how that could be a bit of a red flag. Like,
God, I love your shins. God, look at those earlobes. Just all the things that you wouldn't expect.
Oh, you have a lovely elbow.
Warranted. That would be a bit weird.
I mean, where did this... how does she become an expert, this TikToker? Like, where'd she get her, you know, qualifications? Harvard?
Oh, yeah, literally, just buy a diploma online. But the last one, Tom, number 5, is they're really confrontational and challenge you a lot on your thoughts and beliefs unnecessarily. Can you imagine she's ordered some spaghetti, guy's gone, you don't want that, you hate spaghetti, don't order it, challenging you on everything.
No shit, that's a red flag.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.